Take me out to left field. Give me a shot of Fireball. Give me some high fives from Mark Pena and a hug from Jeff Cross as we stand on top of the tables. Hearing the horns, that's a blast. For it's 1, 2, 3 shots from the cannon with the ladies of left field.
Hey y'all, it's game time with the ladies of left field. Jordan here with Casey and Katie.
Hey y'all.
And it's finally baseball season, so we finally get to recap baseball. But we'll start with Hot Girl headlines, and I think we all have Olympic-themed headlines, but I'll go first with stuff that happened on Thursday. The U.S. women's hockey team beat Canada 2-1 to win gold. The game went into overtime after the USA scored a goal with like 2-ish minutes left, and they won. So that was super cool. And then maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours later, Alyssa Liu won the U.S.'s first gold medal in figure skating since 2002. So I know we're not technically winning the Olympics, but things are going well, at least went well on Thursday. And I think maybe earlier in the week too.
They did. I'll jump in here with mine. On Wednesday, the men's hockey team advanced to the semifinals. They beat Sweden in a quarterfinal match that was very similar to the women's gold medal match on Thursday. It was a 1-0 lead for the United States going into with about a minute and a half left in the match, and Sweden scored. They scored when they'd taken off their goalkeeper and added in another offensive striker or whatever they want to call. So they had an advantage. And then in the overtime, which I found really entertaining, this 3-on-3 overtime instead of your full team or whatever, the 5 or 6 that are out there. I like that 3-on-3 thing. It makes it a lot more like, oh. But anyway, then the United States won in overtime in the first period. And so that was very exciting. So they advanced to the semifinals, and they are playing Slovakia on Friday. And I believe it's Canada, and I think if they win tomorrow, then they will be playing for the gold.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so that would be kind of
yeah.
Of course everybody bringing up 1980, and I remember that. So that was super fun, exciting.
It has been so fun to watch these Olympics, I guess, more than I kind of expected. So that's fun. And I was saying I randomly watched a skiing race. And I was like, what is this? I had never seen it before. And so basically it's the U.S. men's, it's a cross-country meet, but it's a sprint. And they go uphill and downhill, around this kind of short track. It reminded me of basically the baton race, but on skis and on ice. And so this you could tell that at first some typical teams were killing it and doing really well. And then then the US team started to come back and started to get up there in second place, and even the announcers were like, what? How is the US men's team doing this well? What is happening? So it was fun to watch. And because it's fast and they're going uphill and downhill, I don't know how they're going uphill on these skis, y'all. It's wild to watch, but it was really entertaining. And then, the U.S. team men's, Ben Ogden, Gus Schumacher earned silver in the team sprint event. And this is the first team sprint medal for the United States ever. And so it was a huge, stunning moment for American skiing, who's actually done pretty well in this Winter Olympics, more than anybody ever thought. So it was super entertaining to watch.
I was just trying to look up the medal count. So, I mean, we're in second place as this recording. Yeah, that's not bad. It was
last I saw we were in third, so we've done better.
So we're up 1 now.
Yeah,
on Italy, and Norway is apparently far and away from everybody else, which I guess kind of checks out for a Winter Olympics. But they have 34, so I don't know that the U.S. will catch up, but still awesome. It has been fun.
Yeah.
I also I have another. Oh, go ahead. I was just gonna say that I like to. Anytime I turn on the TV, there's something USA or NBC or somewhat. There's something going on Olympic related, so it's always fun to see what random stuff is up.
I know. We're always let's put it on and to see what's on, and if we like it, we'll keep it, and if not, we can move along. So the only other hot girl headline that I thought was interesting is the Chicago Bears have been always looking for this new stadium now forever. You know, it's like, does it leave downtown Chicago, Soldier Field? Nobody likes the actual stadium. But where would you put it? And it's like, nobody wants it to leave Chicago. And it's been talked about in the suburbs. People don't like that idea. So it's a whole thing. And now the latest headline is they're talking about building a new stadium in Indiana, y'all. Isn't that crazy?
What
Like,
what is the reasoning?
To move outside of Illinois altogether and put this new stadium in Indiana. It's like a huge development. People are freaking out in this stadium.
Yeah, I bet.
So anyways, I don't know. I love Chicago. We go for Wrigley Field a lot, but you know, always drive by Soldier Field, and there's not any more places to put a new one in Chicago, but so you always wonder what they're going to do. So anyways, that would be so weird though to have the Bears be in Indiana.
That's what I'm saying. Do they still get to be the Chicago Bears, or do they become the Indiana Bears?
Yeah,
That would seem very stupid. Yeah.
I mean, it's just
that's so weird.
yeah. So anyways, there you go. A little football in the off season for us.
Yeah, man, it is nice though. Like we literally have I feel like we had those like couple weeks where there was nothing to talk about. Now it's like, oh, basketball. It's like the most busiest time of the year when everything overlaps. It's great.
Yeah. Okay. Well, next up, should we go? That's my child. Should we go around the horns? You want to tell us about what's happening in the Longhorn sports?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll take basketball or men's basketball for sure, since we've been watching that. Men's basketball is on a little nice little win streak right now. We've won the most consecutive conference SEC conference games in our 2-year tenure in the SEC. And then but really I think just as a whole they're showing like massive improvement. I mean, you definitely from that Tennessee debacle at the beginning of conference play, they've just kind of continued to fight. You know, they have ups and downs. And this last game earlier this week against Mississippi State was, again, we had a big lead and blew it. Although when I watch college basketball, and I watch a lot of it because Barn likes to watch it, so we watch a lot of college basketball, I feel like everybody blows a big lead. I mean, you really can't like be, thinking.
Blowout.
Yeah, but we did hold on the other night, and the only thing there that got really a little shaky, and it can be worrisome down the stretch, is missing free throws at the end of the game when, making Swain or Pope, if he made those free throws, it would have already been done. There wouldn't have been a worrying, a fretting of it going all the way down to the end. So that little bit is annoying. But other than that, the men are trending up. I mean, they've moved up to, a week and a half ago being like that last in, on that Joe Lenardi's bubble kind of thing of his 4 that, goes up and down if you're in, you're out. And then I heard them say the other night that we're looking like an 8 seed. And it was like, whoa, like, what?
Wow.
What happened here? Like, yeah.
Ooh, I would love that. Go March Madness.
Nice that it's full on, not dicey. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to give me, I'm going to get sucked in again. I'm going to be, I'm a Texas fan, but they're really going to make me believe. And then they better not. They better not hurt my
Take it with a grain of salt. But I did. And then yesterday morning, I'm listening to the radio, and my local radio station that I listen to, the sports guy, he always does an A&M stuff because I think that's where he went. So he always gives an A&M report. Anyway, they made some comment about A&M's March Madness hopes, basically dwindling away. I might have thought, geez, and a few weeks ago, they were the ones leading the SEC. So it was like they're doing their typical slide off to, whatever at the end of a season.
Bye.
Yeah.
Man, going back to your free throw things, I will save my free throw rant for later on in the season, maybe postseason, because I'm pretty sure I'm due for one every season. I still don't understand how players can miss this free throws. It's
I don't either.
One thing that you and you don't have to tell me. I get it. Sometimes there's pressure situations and that you get in your head, but that is the one thing that you can practice any day, anytime, whenever you want, on your own.
Yeah, I agree. It seems like they would just stand there and shoot baskets just constantly if they, if they're, loving the game so much. And on that note, when it was brought that before the game this weekend, there was a video of Sean Miller, our coach, just out there with the team, but in his just regular clothes, shooting free throws, and he made like 15 in a row. So it was like, hello, fellas. Take a look at your coach.
Someone can.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Free throws.
So, and then somebody else can maybe speak on women's basketball, or do you want me to?
You can go because you can talk about that because I did not see any game this week. I think I watched actually, I take it back. I did watch this. I was like end of both games because I was getting nervous because Tennessee was Sunday?
Tennessee was Sunday, yes.
So I
did not see that
with golf and the basketball game, but I was like, y'all are not gonna, you're not gonna lose this one on me now, are you? Like, I tuned in, I'm locked in. Do not let this one go. So that was a fun game. I'm glad that they were able to hold on and pull it off.
Well, yeah, because that Vanderbilt loss last week was ugly. That was the worst. That's the worst I'd probably had seen them play. I don't know, in years.
It was so bad, and but Vic let him know about it. So
yeah,
he had a bunch of backlash for that. But then they came back and, like y'all said, played a lot better. Big bounce back against Tennessee. Then we play Arkansas next, huh?
Yes, Arkansas is well. By the time people are listening to this, Arkansas will have already happened. It's Thursday night.
And I'll say it was super fun to see our men's tennis won their indoor national championship. It was super cool. I mean, I saw all these things coming across Twitter, and I was like, what team is this? Who won? And I was
like, what do you mean national champion?
Tennis. Who's the national champion? And I was like, okay, I got it. Indoors tennis championship. So yeah, go.
Yeah, it's kind of a different thing. I mean, it's like it's still a collegiate tournament, but it's not like at the end of the season the NCAA's. So they have a ITA tournament thing in the fall and in the spring, and they call this one's indoors because it's played so early in the winter because of weather factors and such, but they do a women's and a men's. So it was pretty awesome for our men to win that.
Yeah, I love that. Well, and so what is I mean, ITA is kind of like I know they do. ITA is who college tennis bases all their rankings on, but
yes, and then they it's kind of like their association for basically all tennis. I mean, it's there's I think there's high schools and they do tournaments all the time. Like I tried to look it up too to try to get because I thought this was kind of new, but then when I went to their website, I mean, it went like it had history back to some people winning this in 1977. So
dang. Like, okay, yeah, I kind of thought it might have been new too, but wow. All right.
So I'm trying to see what the I is. I mean, obviously it's not.
Is it No, if they're pros, then it wouldn't be intercollegiate.
No, yeah, I think it's just it might be. Let me see here. I've tried to look at this before, but.
Well, while you're looking that up, we have way more things going on. The beach volleyball starts this week.
And it is intercollegiate. Sorry.
Hawaii. Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So for some reason, I thought that they did like professional rankings, though, but that must be like the quote unquote governing ranking, whatever.
Yeah.
College. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Huh. Alrighty.
So, yeah.
Well, there you go. Hook 'em horns. But yeah, it's beach volleyball kicking off their season this week. Softball has another tournament in California. Swimming and diving is competing in the SEC championships. They seem to, I feel like every time I look up or I go to the website, they've won something else. So, but that wraps up on Saturday. So we won't actually know before this releases. But keep an eye out. So a lot of things going on. But maybe the biggest thing for us anyway is baseball's back.
Baseball's back. It was a fun weekend. It looked good.
Yeah.
Lots of talent. Lots and lots and lots of talent. They are stacked.
It was like just pleasant to continue seeing this, pretty much everyone pitched well. They were hitting. Freaking Carson Tenney is leading the country in walks per game. Like,
yeah.
And it feels like everything is going.
Nobody wants to pitch to that guy. Nobody.
Once you start feeling bad, I'm like, just let the kid rake. Just let him hit one.
No, they're not. They're not.
They shan't. Well, go ahead and give me a recap. I had a game Friday night. I had a basketball game Friday night, so I only watched like an inning on my phone, and then I missed most of Saturday. So Sunday was the only game that I got to watch from beginning to end. So y'all take us through Friday.
It was
Yeah,
it was good. I mean, I was Case and I were there. Yeah, so it was fun to watch. Ruger pitched on Friday night. He had all the swag, in the whole world. He did come out with some jitters. But he settled in really, really quickly and looked really good. He had a 1.8 ERA. And he had 9 strikeouts. So he really settled in and was really awesome. Let's see what else. I mean, our hitting, just took fire really quickly.
Yeah. I mean, we run ruled them on Friday.
Yeah. The game was over so quickly. It was like we were like, okay. We were home by 9:30, which is wild.
Which is another thing I didn't know, and I don't know if they mentioned on the broadcast. I did not know that run rule is in effect for every game now.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
So nice for Tuesdays, especially. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's good. It feels good for any game, but yes, it's apparently the run rule is in effect. And I didn't hear if it's because remember it used to be like the coaches had to agree to it. And
yeah, that's what we thought. Like, that's what we were talking about.
Maybe is it just like that's the rule now because they got tired of coaches like saying not agreeing to it and then having a 4.5 hour Tuesday night 21 to.
So that's a consensus. That's a consensus thing across NCAA baseball now that we'll have.
I think
thing. I mean, I like it. I think that's I mean, the only time you don't want to have it is in a playoff situation. That's the only time I wouldn't want it.
Yeah, I'm looking it up real quick to make sure because I had no clue. So, and then even like Tuesday night when they run ruled Lamar,
right? Well,
it's not an easily Googleable thing, but
we were watching that and then switched over to our basketball game, and I was just about to put it on my phone so I could just watch it because we instead of moving to the other TVs and stuff. And then right when I pulled up on my phone, I was like, well, clearly we run ruled them because we're seeing the eyes of Texas, and then they showed the score 14-4. So I was like, yep, that's
all right. That's 2 run rule wins already this season.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. And then Saturday's game, we had to endure all the weather challenges of the day. It got rescheduled and all this kind of stuff, but still ended up being a good game. That was the closest game by far of the weekend. And it's kind of the same kind of thing. Luke Harrison, I don't even know so much if it was him or if it's just kind of like this. Everything happens, the random hit, kind of, misplayed ball here or there, whatever. But then we came back and, started getting hits, and he settled in, and and everybody that came in after him took care of business. And then Sunday, Dylan Volantis was just dominating. So, I mean, he pitched 70 innings, which I was surprised that he pitched that long, that they let him go that long. But I think it was, I don't know if it wasn't a no-hitter because somebody had already gotten on base, but maybe somebody was on base by an error. So,
no, I would say it was, oh gosh, I remember now they were saying it. I think technically it was a no-hitter. Since because it was the play in right field.
Right field.
He was camped under it, and I guess it went through the shadow of the lights.
Yeah.
And so he ended up being like a little bit to the.
Well, it was also it was windy too, I think.
That's that's basically what Britt said. I was like, man, what's up with Pack? And he was like, Katie, he's like, that wind came out of nowhere. He was like, it was windy. He goes, and then the gust came through, and he's like, and that ball moved like 8 feet. He was like, it was crazy. He's like, that was not Pack's fault. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, that's good to know because we couldn't feel that. It still
makes me a little nervous, even like watching. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I know it'll all come, but or if it goes back and forth, because clearly he has to be in the lineup right now for hitting,
right?
But and he's keeping Jonah off the field or whatever right now. But I feel he's still getting his feet under him at being out there in right field.
And that's what they kept saying on the broadcast is just he's just not used to playing the position, I guess.
Right.
So you give him a few series. I feel like you give him a few series to just make sure it's all squared away by SEC play.
Right. And then as we're talking about that Sunday game, Schloss started just letting everybody play at the end. I mean, because Britt's son came up to bat, Blake.
I was going to ask. I was thinking because they said
everybody hits.
And then and he didn't get a hit, but he hit the ball. And he had solid contact. So yeah, and then there were lots of other guys that it was like, oh, who are you? Who are you? And granted, there's gonna, it takes a while to learn who they all are, but it was definite that they were the freshmen or the newcomers that, it's
okay.
They're not going to be regular in the rotation unless they all of a sudden do something fantastic in that moment to shine. But so I thought that was pretty cool that he was doing that. Letting them do that. And then Tuesday, lots of pitchers, but Tuesday night, the key pitcher that did the best was Kozar. So came out there, without his 30-year-old looking self. But
did you all also see this taking on social media that he that he wears a size 18 cleat?
Yes,
and Nike, I guess, doesn't make one big enough. So for anyone that didn't see it, I don't know how you missed it because I had so many people send it to me. But yes,
they
wears a size 18 shoe, and they had to drill holes to put spikes in just burnt orange Nike basketball shoes, so that he had cleats big enough to wear. I was like, geez, I want to know how large is that actually? If you held it up, is it?
I'm pretty sure and I'm pretty sure Nike had to somehow get those. They had to get them specially made. I mean, because and so we've already. I think our equipment guys already ordered they've made a whole bunch at one time because it wasn't something. It was because of it. This is like a prototype type situation. So they made this a large amount, and it was kind of he's got his shoes for the duration of his time at UT.
We had to take all the size 18s they could find, so that man always had shoes.
They're like, we don't want to be going through this every year, or nor do our equipment people want to be worried about that.
Oh yeah, wow, yeah, I can't even imagine. That's got to be like skis. Sign him up for the Olympics. Jeez,
yeah. So, but I mean, all in all, great start. And we have another big test, essentially another big test. We have our first probably more substantial test this weekend with Michigan State because they took 2 of 3 from Louisville this past weekend, which was technically, I guess, was an upset since Louisville was ranked 8th. So that'll be, good to see.
Yeah, that I love the shakeup in the first couple of weeks of baseball season, as long as it doesn't involve us being shaken up.
Yeah. I know. I was so surprised that Michigan State, took Louisville was ranked, so they took 2 out of 3. So it'll be interesting. Hold on. I also wanted to say, sorry, we're doing math homework at the same time. Adrian Rodriguez, I thought looked really, really good. I think he was hitting the ball really consistently. He was playing shortstop really well. It was just fun to see that guy lacing balls and just super consistent. I also think that I was gonna say Max Grubbs came in and played really well. When Harrison, did okay, but then once he came in and looked good too. So that was good. And his mom was out there.
Oh yeah, lots of fun with the parents this weekend. They were fun.
Oh yeah.
And just people in general. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we had a big Matt's lunch with all of us, a huge group of all of us, and then a bunch of players' parents. We got some really fun stories from Juan Rodriguez. He's hilarious. Adrian's dad. Casey and I were highly entertained.
Yes, he was.
I love
He was
it.
great.
But he did tell us what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and that we were not allowed to share any of his stories.
That's what he said about the stories that he was telling us.
Okay.
And to be open. They weren't anything that were things that were
Right.
They were just sweet. They were more like sweet stories about Adrian.
Yes, he goes, Adrian would kill me. Adrian would kill me.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
They were
But that was one thing too on Tuesday, and I kind of missed it, but I guess one of the pitchers for Lamar he was pitching he was throwing, I heard him say high and tight, and it was causing a little commotion because Schloss came out a couple of times, and then it looked like our batters were getting chirpy, they were all just, it was and when it was when A-Rod was at the bat, and when you're watching it on TV, he looks like he kind of, I don't know, he makes this grimace mean face looking at the pitcher, and I don't know if that's just his expression or if he's trying to look like he's I'm so mean or whatever. I don't know. It's a little different take that I didn't remember that from last year, so I'm going to pay more attention on my Tuesday night watching.
So yeah, I'm going to pay attention now too. Yeah. I did not notice that.
Yeah. And for anybody that ever listens to watches the television broadcasts, and when Craig Way and Keith Moreland are doing it, I love it whenever an umpire goes and like gets, if he writes his little note thing either about one of the coaches or whatever, he writes down his little whatever it is. That drives Keith Moreland absolutely.
No way.
He hates that. He always like, oh, there you go, write your note, like going to the office, it's the principal, blah, blah, blah. He's like, that's the dumbest thing ever. I mean, it is hilarious. I laugh every single time. It just riles him up. He just thinks that is the stupidest thing. I love it.
That's such a funny thing to get heated about too.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
But if you're watching, then it's amusing because you can hear his like sarcastic tone, about, oh, the umpire's writing a note about me. I'm gonna get in trouble. That's kind of the.
Now I gotta pay attention to that.
It's hilarious. I agree.
Love it.
Well, I can't wait for this weekend. It's gonna be a busy weekend for us, but we can't be out there Friday. We have our big school fundraising event, and then Saturday we have PJ's basketball game at 11, and I'm coaching the team this weekend.
Oh yeah,
coaches are out of town, and then we'll come out there Saturday after her, and then Sunday I have to go to a service in the morning.
Yeah, I won't be there Sunday. I've got women's basketball.
Okay.
Their alumni game against Mississippi State, and there's like 70 women's basketball letter winners coming back. It's
huge. Moly.
Yeah. And they're also honoring the 85-86 national championship team because it's been 40 years. So like almost all of them are coming back. So Jody Conrad did a great job of helping us locate people, and Jill really. I'm just the side worker on women's basketball. But yeah. And then I'm going to the Texas Diamonds are having an alumni banquet reception thing like at 3 after the baseball game. So my little crew, my Diamond crew, we're all going to go to it. So it's
okay. That sounds so much fun. That sounds like so much fun.
Initially when I heard about the date, I was like, there's a game.
Why would you do this?
And then I saw the timing. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll cut them some slack, because I'm like, you know what your organization's about, please.
Read the room.
Yeah, that'll be so fun. Okay, so that's awesome.
Yeah. So, but you have the service. Never mind.
Yep. No. All righty. Well,
I'll be there this weekend. Yeah. So everyone hold it down for me.
I can't wait for you to come though, Jordan. Are you still coming to Houston? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I will be.
I was talking to Mark today about that actually. I was like, tickets, and then I went on and looked, and it's just general admission. So
yeah.
Okay. We'll just do that.
That's what I don't know why. I've been so worried about like getting there and where to stay, and I didn't even think about tickets. And Amy was like, "Oh, do you need tickets?" And I was like, "You know what? Yeah, I probably do if I want to actually go inside." So
it looked like
I'm sure I'll hear about it
on the website. It looked like that there is no reserve left.
Okay.
They're like, I don't know how they sold them or if they sold them, like to sponsors or other people, but yeah, but that didn't matter because they like Mark and I were saying we'd rather be general admission anyway, so we can all just go and not have to worry about, we can just get a section.
Right.
So.
Oh yeah. Cool. Okay. Cool. Well, all right. It was good to catch up. I'm pumped for this weekend.
I know. Us too.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch this team. I'm excited for them.
Yep. See y'all in left field.
See y'all in left field.